He's been out of prison for just 4 days, and he says he's already on the road to redemption.
Brandin Kreuzer was one of 9 people to have their sentence commuted by Governor Polis last month. He had been serving a 50-year sentence stemming from a notorious crime spree back in 2008. It
was probably one of the biggest crime sprees we've seen in Douglas County in a long time.
Then 19 years old, Kreuzer was involved in a violent 30-day crime spree, taking part in dozens of crimes, including armed robbery, home burglary, vehicle theft, police chases, and shooting at deputies. He served 15 years, and now he's out.
Tonight, in a story you'll see only on CBS Colorado, Kreuzer is choosing to share his story with your investigator, Brian Moss. And Brian, why did he want to do this interview?
Well, he told me what happened back in 2008 that we were just describing here was horrific and shameful in his words. But he wanted people to hear from him directly now and to understand how 37-year-old Brandin Kreuzer is different from the 19-year-old who committed those crimes. He also wants to show how he plans to use this second chance. I want to give you this picture. And I just wanted to ask you about that person, that kid. When you look at that, what and who do you see?
Well, I see a kid that doesn't really reflect who I am anymore. It's kind of like looking at an image of the past that has completely changed in the new world.
This is so exciting.
His new world began Monday, when he walked out of prison and into the arms of his family.
You're out.
The feeling of driving out of the prison, it still hasn't really hit home, to be honest. I think it might be a little while before it really fully sets in. It's hard to go from believing that the rest of your life will be incarcerated to now you're free.
For years, that moment seemed unlikely. Given what he did, it was a long shot.
Gear shot out. All units, attention all units, shots being fired.
In 2008, Kreuzer and another teenager were involved in a crime wave across Douglas County, culminating in Kreuzer shooting a pursuing Douglas County deputy and attempting to shoot a second. Deputy Todd Tucker suffered permanent arm injuries. Kreuzer was sentenced to 50 years in prison. But last month, Governor Polis reduced that sentence by decades, citing Kreuzer's rehabilitation. The decision was painful for many in Douglas County law enforcement.
And then Brandin decides to crawl in the backseat of a car and shoot at my deputies with a rifle. It makes it that much more sinister.
What do you say directly to those 2 men in Douglas County?
The words of I'm sorry, and I can't even imagine. I wish that people could see how hard that's hit me and how much I regret that. I believe everybody is entitled to how they feel. And I understand the frustration and the anger with that.
He says he hopes to meet them face to face one day and try to explain the inexplicable. His remorse is rooted in something deeply personal.
A lot of things have happened in my career, and this is the most dramatic for me.
His own father was a Denver police officer who was shot and wounded in the line of duty.
To have become the person that caused the same scenario, it's despicable. Because I should have known better. I should have. How did I get there? I've wondered that. I've wondered that my whole life since that moment. I don't have, I think, a great explanation.
Let's rock and roll. Here we go. Come on, Mike, you can do it.
But he says the story of how he changed is easier to explain.
Let's go 10 burpees.
While in prison, Kreuzer helped start a CrossFit exercise program for inmates, a program we profiled in 2019.
People discover who they are, discover that they care about other people.
And something he says saved his life. Redemption Road CrossFit has since expanded to prisons in multiple states. The program has helped thousands of inmates by teaching accountability, community, and self-improvement. Kreuzer now hopes to continue that work both inside prisons and in the community.
The decision of Polis for me, it's a statement to the entire prison population that doing good things matters. Taking your life seriously matters. And that you're not a lost cause just because you've made a mistake. That a second chance can be there. But you have to work. You have to work, you have to try, you have to care for yourself, and you have to care for those around you. And it has to be genuine.
So what do you owe Governor Polis and the people of Colorado for this clemency?
I owe them my life, and I owe them my best effort. I think that that is my obligation to Polis and those that believe in me, is to try to make a difference and stand for something good, and that's human dignity, human value. These people that have believed in me, all I can ever think is I can't let them down.
One of the first things Brandin Kreuzer did after leaving prison was this handstand, not as a physical feat, but as a message of freedom, independence, and possibility for other inmates still behind bars.
It's a message that change can happen and life is possible. What I owe is to give every effort, every heartbeat that I have, the blood in my veins, to making a difference so that stories like mine don't ever happen. The work is never over. As I said before, redemption, it's not something that you just achieve. I think it's a constant pursuit.
I'm just gonna go, oh man, I'm so proud of you.
Brandin Kreuzer says he wants to work in what he calls human investment, whether that's teaching CrossFit, personal training, or mentoring young people headed down the wrong path. He says he wants to invest in other people. And with this second chance at life, he says, he can't imagine letting down those who've believed in him.
He certainly seems remorseful and determined to do right.
Well, he was extremely thoughtful in that interview, and he seemed very sincere.
Yeah, and maybe he can help somebody else from going down the same path he did.
Well, that would be rewarding, I think, for everybody involved.
All right, Brian, thank you.